In this video, we'll be talking about domain and range. The domain is the set of input values, or x, for which the function is defined. Restrictions on the domain can occur when the denominator of a fraction equals 0, because division by 0 is undefined, or when there's a negative number under a radical with an even index, for example, the square root of -1, the fourth root of -16, etc. There's a restriction then on this domain because we're only allowed to use real numbers, and these are imaginary numbers. The range is the set of resulting output values, or the y, or the f of x. So if we're given that f of x is equal to the square root of 10 minus x, and we're asked to find the domain of f, we need to consider the fact that only real numbers are allowed in our function. So that means that the radicand of this radical has to be equal to 0 or positive. So we'll make that statement. 10 minus x must be greater than or equal to 0. Now don't forget, it is allowed to be 0. You can do the square root of 0, and that's 0. Okay, it's just that we cannot have a negative under there. All right, let's solve this inequality. We need to isolate the x, so we'll subtract 10 from both sides. This will cancel, and I have negative x has to be greater than or equal to -10. Now to get the x by itself, let's divide both sides by -1. Recall that when you divide or multiply by a negative number, you have to change the direction of this inequality. So these negatives will cancel, and I have x, but then instead of greater than or equal to, I'm going to change that direction and make it less than or equal to. And then -10 divided by -1 is 10. So the domain for this function is any x that's less than or equal to 10. Now the way I'll write that is with set builder notation. So my domain is equal to the set of all x's, which are elements of the set of reals, such that x is less than or equal to 10. Recall that this symbol means is an element of, and the vertical line replaces the word such that.